that's the dynamic of what's happening. So, but if you call up and she goes, oh, he's calling me back already, you know, you get people who are abusive and been in abusive relationships with themselves, or they've been abusive relationship with their parents and they spent no time. And so they look for these relationships where they're trying to get the approval of their parents and can't get it. But a lot of times, most of the time, you know, like, I mean, I'm 54 years old. There was my parents, my father grew up, my papa was born in 1920. He grew up in Jim Crow time, before the Civil Rights Movement. So his concern was survival. It wasn't, you know, now we go to therapy and we're like, my life is the pursuit of happiness and self-fulfillment. Our parents as long as you didn't kill your kids, you were a successful parent. If they didn't die, if you lost one and you had 16, like my father had 8 boys and you still did pretty good.
Yeah, your average was really good.
Right. So what's interesting is, so when I look back and I look at my relationship and how it was basic, fundamental, it was just survival, I have to be honest about the fact that my mom and pop didn't have the emotional acuity to give me this kind of self-fulfillment and this understanding of, oh, let me support him and let me show him that he's loved and stuff, because they were surviving. They were just surviving. You find that a lot with immigrant parents. I find that all immigrant parents come here and it's like, get your education and what do you mean you want to be a comic? Go get a degree and shut the fuck. Like, we got to survive. We got to survive. And then, so now that it's changed where this whole idea of self-fulfillment is really new. And you go through this relationship where you're always looking for the acceptance of your parents. It's it may be your father or your mother or stuff. And then you replicate these relationships in your romantic relationships where you want to be with somebody who don't want you because it feels normal. It feels normal because that's what we're accustomed to, you know? And then you find women and men alike pursue these relationships, these abusive relationships. And then when they get somebody who's nice, oh, I just want to meet a nice guy, you meet a nice guy. And then you run all over them and you treat them like shit because you don't think you're good enough. You don't think you're worthy of the kindness and the love that he's willing to get you. So you got to fix those things first, you know? It's a weird concept. And I've been doing consultations for like 6 years, and it's such a theme that, you know, I'll ask a guy or a girl, I'll be like, what was your relationship with your mother and your father? Was he around? Was he not around? If he was around, what was that relationship? And you'll find that over and over again, we marry our mother and father. You know, the epitome of womanhood is your mother. The epitome of manhood is your father. And if they're fucked up, you got a fucked up model that you're trying to. And so, you know, having my little dude, you know, and just having him now is because I've had time to kind of figure out where my shortcomings are and kind of work on that stuff, you know? It's a weird concept, you know?
Young Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man.